Good afternoon, wonderful and peaceful audience. United Nations Association Ghana, in collaboration with the Center of Awareness Global Peace Mission, AD International, to advocate quality goods and leadership across the globe for development. Mr. Nana Chairman, Excellencies and Honorables, the Creagy, His Royal Majesties, Nananon dignitaries, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers of this lecture to be called upon to address these high-profile personalities targeting the youth and leadership of the world for peace. The work of the United Nations and its agencies. Mr. Chairman, the World Federation of United Nations Associations, WAFUNA, and its national organizations, and for that matter, the United Nations Association of Ghana, have worked for peace and development over the years. As motto of the United Nations is, Mr. Chairman, the United Nations Charter expresses the determination of the peoples of the world to maintain peace and security, protect human rights and fundamental freedom, etc. It is fortified by the laudable objectives of the Charter, a number of non-governmental organizations, appropriately termed United Nations Associations, which sprang up in 1946 after the formation of the United Nations. They met in Luxembourg and established the World Federation of United Nations Associations, WAFUNA, with a view to bring a people's movement for the UN and to devote its resources exclusively to the advantage of the UN, as our dear and humble brother is doing. We applaud you and appreciate you. Professor Duncan Atto, we appreciate you as an organization. Mr. Chairman, in essence, therefore, the existence of UNES involves the proposition that without the world widest maximum and possible understanding and appreciation of, as well as participation and support for the activities and programs of UN by the peoples of the world, the UN will not achieve much. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, the UNA, as formed in 1952, the UNA Ghana, like many other units, is a voluntary, non-governmental, non-profit organization designed to actively disseminate information about the purpose and the work of the UN to the wider Ghanaian public. Mr. Chairman, permit me to give important dates in the United Nations history. January 1942, representatives of 26 allied nations met in Washington to sign the Declaration of the United Nations, in which US President coined the term United Nations. 21st September to October 7, 1944, USA, Soviet Union, Britain, China agreed on basic blueprint for a world organization at Darlington Oaks Mansion near Washington. To conclude, February 11th, 1945, Roosevelt, Churchill, and Stanley met in Ukraine, resolving to establish a general international organization to maintain peace and security. June 25, 1945, United Nations Charter unanimously adopted by delegations of 50 nations, San Francisco, October 24, 1945. The 5 permanent members of the Security Council and the majority of other signatories ratified Charter, creating the UN we know today. February 1st, 1946, Trygve, the Lie of Norway, becomes the first Secretary General of the United Nations. Time will not give me way to give you more and ask grassroots volunteer organizations that had to rest with their members develop and carry programs that highlight the effort of the UN. And we collaborate with every organization who had the mindset to give peace to the world as we are now facing a lot of challenges. UN, we will say that, has not done much. We can say that in some areas has failed the world, but in some areas, proportionately, 90%, UN has done well, that we need to throw our weight and support the world body so that we will achieve the peace that we are all yearning for. To conclude, the SDGs, which by 2030 we are all heading toward, we are calling everybody to join UNA and its youth wing, United Nations Youth Association, to work with people like the Center of Awareness to achieve global peace, as all of us are yearning for. May God give you peace and bless you as we enjoy the coming election tension-free. Thank you.
Your phone, let me have it. Thank you very much.
Dr. Lamptey, come on.